I'm trying to make my videos more simple, more direct and to the point without a whole lot of graphics so that you can concentrate on what I say instead of me making a fantastic video that nobody watches and put so much time and effort into it that nobody really appreciates. So here we go. I want to talk about, very briefly, the propaganda that says that men abuse women. The feminist movement has taken control of this particular conversation. Here's the reality. The overwhelming, if we're talking numbers, just straight numbers, and we do that a lot with black people, right? We try and talk numbers about black people in the propaganda against black people. If we're talking numbers, straight numbers, the overwhelming majority of abuse towards women comes from other women. I'm talking physical abuse. Men do not compare to it. And what am I talking about? Lesbians. You know that I believe the statistic is, out of all marriages, out of all relationships, only about 1% of any of that entails domestic violence. So we're talking a very small number. But the feminists want to blow it out of proportion and make it look like 50% of relationships have domestic violence in them. It is the way the propaganda is preached is as if you would be walking down the street and see 20 people abusing 20 people as you walk down the street. And you just do not see that, right? So we're talking about a very small percentage anyway, right? Out of all of the relationships, right? The overwhelming majority of women who are abused physically and emotionally, and even to the point of, we're talking rape, is at the hands of women. They keep silent. There's silence all around about this statistic. There's silence in reporting it. In doing research, and then, I always go down these rabbit holes. When I'm doing my research, I always fall down these rabbit holes and I find this, and this leads to that, and this leads to that study, and so forth and so on. There was a lady, no, not just a lady, but several women said that that's what they thought a relationship meant in a lesbian relationship. What am I talking about? Being raped. Now, what kind of screwed up mind do you have to have that if you're raped, instead of you saying, I'm being raped, you say, this must be the way that this particular lifestyle is. So not only is the domestic violence not reported, the rape isn't reported. And it is rampant in that lifestyle. Rampant. I'm not over exaggerating. I'm not using hyperbole. It is rampant. Not only on the victim's end, but on the instigator's end as well. I saw where the butch lesbian said that that's how she thought that things were supposed to go, because she had victims expect that out of her. But we want to touch homosexuality, but we don't want to touch these issues. Why? Because of course it's bad public relations. It's bad PR. How many people would be for this and embracing these lifestyles if they knew these stats? If they honestly reported the domestic violence stats in lesbian relationships? If they honestly reported rape stats in a lesbian relationship? Men pale in comparison. I want anybody to come forward, watching this video, to come forward and go to the police and tell somebody this is going on in your life. This whole homosexual movement, be damned. You come forward with your story. Go tell somebody. No longer should you keep silent. And I don't care if you're white, black, blue, green, whatever. You tell somebody, and I don't care if they've threatened you, you can be protected. Tell somebody and tell them until they understand until they do something about it. I don't know if you're going to go to the police. I don't know if you're going to go to a psychiatrist. Somebody. A psychiatrist might be better because they can involve the medical community. They can get you some sort of help. Tell somebody. Do not keep silent about this. We have people using you by you staying silent to put forth an agenda that is not healthy for you and is not healthy for the movement. I hope this video breaks this silence. It needs to stop. Thank you for watching the Shikama Live Show.